Guys and gals, we're back with another reaction video, and this time we have a video by Susan, possibly. Um, a very gifted YouTuber. It's right there on the far left. Let me see, yeah, the far left um, of the screen. And it just showed up in my feed. I'm like, I gotta react to this. Susan did give me permission to react to their videos, and so I'm glad because they make amazing videos. I've reacted to a few of their videos. I think two other videos of theirs. So if you want to check those out, they are in the playlist somewhere. But anyways, YouTube has good taste to recommend me videos by Susan. Very gifted content creator right here. This one. It's 17 minutes, 17 seconds. I love the 1717. Very, very cool. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Very cool either way. And it's which Pokemon best represents each type. And this should be interesting. Ooh, I think the volume's a little loud. Let's drop it to like 50%. There. And we'll see how the volume is. I'll be linking the video below in the description and a link to Susan's YouTube channel so you can check out the rest of their content. These are always really good videos, so just make sure you check them out. So anyways, without further ado, let's get on into this. But yeah. Okay, here we go.
We should have had the sound type by now.
Yeah, the sound type. I thought that was supposed to be, like, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Susan, and today we are going to talk about which Pokemon best represents its type.
Okay.
I'm looking for one monotype Pokemon family to represent the type I bring up.
Okay.
So if you're a little bit confused as to why, oh, this one feels like it would be a better fit, that one gains a typing in its evolution. It's not as good of a fit as you think because it's got some problems. I've gone through and I've done my best at assigning a Pokemon family to every type. And I think I got it. I don't think I got it, but I got something, and here it is. Starting off with the bug type is complicated because there are only 3 families of bug-type Pokemon that maintain monotype bug the whole way through.
I mean, let me see if I can think of them. Okay, it wouldn't be Gen 1 because that's Paris. Paris gets the grass typing, or starts out the grass typing. It wouldn't be Caterpie because it gets the flying typing. Wouldn't be Weedle because it gets the poison typing, or flying, or something like that. I forget what Beedrill's typing is. It would be like, no, it wouldn't be Burmy because Burmy gets, all the different typings. I can't even think of them. Let's see what they are.
We're not doing single stage Pokemon if we don't have to. So for the bug types, I went with Kricketot and Kricketune.
Yeah.
Kricketune will change when they finally introduce my sound type Pokemon. But for the time being, that is the best representative of the bug type.
I agree. It's the cricket. Crickets are definitely bugs and insects. I agree. Yeah, this is good. I like this. This is perfect. Plus Kricketune here has an iconic cry. The diddly 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 whoop. Yeah. Yeah, this is perfect. I fully agree.
It just has the most quintessential feel of what a bug type is.
It's a cricket.
It's been around a while. It has the meme that goes along with it. It's iconic. I think that's a good rep for a bug type Pokemon. That is a bug type that I would stand by. Yep. Or the dark types. I went back and forth because I feel like Zorua and Zoroark should be the dark type reps. However, Hisui and Zorua Zorua.
That is a good point. I do like Zorua and Zoroark. Wait. Because I've got my Zorua plushie. But yeah, they did get different forms, so maybe that should probably disqualify them. But I agree. So we'll see what he says.
I can't talk. Why can't I talk? Those two lose the dark type. They cannot be the representative of the dark type if there is a version of them that does not have that type. The dark type representatives are Poochyena and Mightyena. I don't...
Okay. I agree. Yeah, whenever I think of the dark type, I do think of those. That's a good point. agree.
Super love these two as the reps. Dark type just doesn't have a lot of monotypes that carry through the whole family. There was not much competition for Dark. Them being Gen 3 Pokemon, Gen 3 is kind of an iconic generation. It's kind of peak Pokemon. It's not my personal favorite, but also I'm baby. I'm spoiled. They're fun, they're not complicated, they're easily Dark type Pokemon. They get the job done. Dragon type is complicated in the sense that it should be Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite. Dragonite gains the flying type.
Oh, yep.
Ineligible.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted to leave them as the representatives, but I think more than them, the representatives should be Axew, Fracture, Haxorus.
I agree. Haxorus, whenever I think of dragons, I do think of Haxorus. Haxorus is kind of a short king, though. If you've ever seen him, like, in game or something, he's kind of short. But I love him. I've always really loved this line. This line really does, it just screams dragon. I fully agree. 1,000,000%, I agree with this. Good. This is perfect. Haxorus does need representation because I think Haxorus has largely been ignored. Because, I mean, some dragons got a lot of love. In fact, Charizard got the dragon typing, when it mega evolved. One of its forms got the dragon typing, rather. But Haxorus is largely just, like, underappreciated, I think. I kind of think of Hakumo, but I know the fighting typing disqualifies it. But this is good.
That family stays monotype dragon, anime relevant, starts real cute, gets real scary in the end. They're dragons. I feel like I started with the weirder choices first, but I'm going in kind of alphabetical order, so whoops. Sucks to be the alphabet, I guess. Next is the electric type. While you would think, of course, Pikachu's time to shine. No. Pikachu, in your greed, Alolan Raichu gains the psychic type. And while you are the mascot, you do not get to shine today. The electric type is represented better by Elekid, Electabuzz, Electivire.
Okay, let's think about this. Yeah, I can see it. Basically, Electabuzz is an iconic Gen 1 Pokemon. Elekid is an iconic Gen 2 Pokemon. And an Electivire is like Gen 4, isn't it? Something like that. I just know that it got an evolution later on. I think that's perfect. It's got the electric colors, and you got your iconic Electabuzz here. Yeah, that's true.
They maintain the monotype electric type. They've been kind of present in 3 different generations as being a, surprise, it's a new form. Gen 1, it was just Electabuzz. We gained Elekid in Gen 2, and Gen 4, we get Electabuzz to evolve. That is a good electric type rep.
It is.
That is an electric type rep that has longevity. Love electric types. Love Electivire. For the fairy type, I wanted it to be Florges, but ultimately, while Florges is kind of the monotype that introduced the fairy type into the series, ultimately, I think it looks too much like a grass type. The better type to represent fairy is Snubbull and Granbull.
Kind of agree. Plus, its Pokedex entry does say it is the fairy Pokemon. I'm pretty sure. Snubbull or as Granbull, one of them said it was the fairy Pokemon or something like that. So yeah, I agree with this. Fully agree. Plus, in the generation it came out, it was like a solid normal type, but they changed the typing when they added the fairy typing in whatever generation that was. So yeah, this is perfect. I agree.
While they were not always fairies, they're real fruity. They've got the quintessential pink. I would argue that Snubbull and Granbull look the most like Pokemon. Those are the most Pokemon-looking Pokemon. I don't know how else to explain it. There's just a look to Pokemon. Some Pokemon have it, some don't. Those look like Pokemon.
They do.
Next is the Fire type, and I'm gonna keep it short, sweet, and simple. It's not Charizard. Fire type is best represented by Magby, Magmar, Magmortar. And it's for all the same reasons that Elekid...
Okay, yeah, so what you have here is you do have the iconic first generation. You have Magby second generation, and then this is like Gen 4, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, I'd say, like they said, it was the same as the Elekid, Electabuzz, Electivire line. I agree. Yeah, this is perfect.
Electabuzz and Electivire had. I don't need to explain it. You already heard it the first time.
Yeah.
Go back to that part of the video, rewatch that, and just substitute them Pokemon for those Pokemon.
Yep.
They're good representatives. Next is the flying type. Flying, unfortunately, does not have any evolving families that stay monotype flying.
That's true. Okay. I know this. There's only 4 Pokemon, I think. I might be wrong, but I think there's only 4 Pokemon that are just solid flying type. That would be Rookidee and Corvisquire, but it gets a steel typing when it evolves into Corviknight. And then there's also Tornadus. I think Tornadus and Therian and Incarnate are the only pure flying types in the entire franchise. So yeah.
The entire time, so I didn't know what to do. I could have gone with Tornadus, but I think there's a better representative in Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot.
Yeah.
Yes, they're flying normal, but
this is what I think of when I think of flying. It's iconic. It's Gen 1, so you have the nostalgia here. But when people think of flying type, they think Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot. Plus, Pidgeot got a Mega form. So yeah, I agree.
they're also just a bird. That's just a bird. It's not even like a normal bird. Like Keto, that's a normal bird.
Yeah.
Pidgey is a bird.
Yeah.
It's probably the first Pokemon a lot of people have caught.
Yep.
Yes, it has the normal type. A lot of Pokemon have the normal type. All the flying types have the normal type.
Yeah.
What can I do? But Pidgey, it's just such a central part of Pokemon, the Pokemon identity. You always see a Pidgey. There is always a Pidgey somewhere. If a Pidgey's in the game, you're probably seeing it quick. You're probably seeing it early. It is an everyman's Pokemon. I love Pidgey. Is it good? It's not great, but I love it. I love it, and I love the hairdo that defined a generation.
Yeah, I do
The Ghost type in Gen 1 had no monotype representatives. While the first monotype ghost type representative we had was Misdreavus, the most quintessential ghost type Pokemon that is a 3-stage family that stays monotype, that just feels as ghost as can be. It is the most ghost type. Duskull, Dusclops, and Dusknoir are the ghost type Pokemon.
I agree. When I think ghost types, I think of these. Usually I think of like Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, but those are disqualified because they're also poison type. Yeah, this is perfect. I agree.
Pokemon. There is no Pokemon that is more just a ghost than those 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Those carry the ghost type. The ghost typing as a brand, if those were Gen 1 Pokemon, they would be fan favorites. They would be beloved, household names. All that Gengar love that Gengar was getting, all of that would be going to Duskull. I stand by that. Coming up next is the grass type. Grass type in Gen 1 didn't have a lot of representatives that were just monotype.
Let me see. They didn't have any, did they? I'm thinking that every single grass type in Gen 1 had a secondary typing. Because, I mean, you had the starter, you had Bulbasaur that had the poison typing as a secondary. Same thing with Bellsprout and, Bellsprout line. And, Victor, oh no, that's Oddish. The Oddish line too, yeah. Every single grass type in Gen 1 actually had a secondary typing. Come to think of it. You'd have to go to Gen 2, probably. Go with, the very first would be Chikorita, Meganium, and Bayleaf, or Bayleaf Meganium. And then Gen 3 would be Trieko, Grovyle, and Sceptile. Except that Mega Sceptile kind of throws off the vibe because it gets the dragon typing.
It was just Tangela, Tangela. And while I could pick that line, there is a Gen 2 line that I think fits the bill just a little better. And that's Sunkern and Sunflora.
Oh, yeah.
I think it is so funny how useless they are.
Yeah.
Especially because grass as a type kind of gets clowned on. I think that would be such funny representative of that type.
Perfect.
I love Sunflora. I do. With my...
It's cute. I do too. I like Sunflora also. I don't really use it very often, but it's a cute Pokemon. And it's a good representative for grass. I agree.
Whole heart, I love that Pokemon. I would give Sunflora the keys to my house. Sunkern, I would adopt one in a heartbeat. I would hold it like a baby while filming this video. They have to be the representatives for grass type. They have to. There's a lot of great grass types that could represent it. I think the Serena family is great as girl boss Pokemon. As girl boss as that family is, it has to be Sunkern and Sunflora.
Yep.
For the ground type, I very badly wanted it to be Diglett and Dugtrio. However, Diglett and Dugtrio in Alola gained the Steel type. So, unfortunately for them, hit the road. Same goes for Sandshrew Sandslash. And at this point, I'm like, well, what other ground types could I pick? And I realized, oh, there aren't a lot of ground types that I think really capture the ground type essence quite like Mudbray and Mudsdale.
That's true. Really underappreciated Pokemon, but yeah, they definitely are ground types. I do love these. These are amazing Pokemon. Yeah, I agree.
Mudbray and Mudsdale just feel like ground type Pokemon. They have the aesthetic. You could see them in a grounded sort of environment. They look like they would be immune to electricity. They look like they are deep into the dirt.
Yeah.
Those are ground type Pokemon. They just feel ground type. Not a lot of ground types feel as ground type as that. Ground type is a hard type to create for and say this is distinctly a ground type and nothing else. They nailed it with Mudbray and Mudsdale.
They did.
Next, so that this video doesn't get shadow banned, I'm going to be calling it the Frozen Liquid type. For the Frozen Liquid type...
Oh no.
How is the world that I have to do this? I'm not a fan of algorithms. I want to be able to say it. Unfortunately, I want you to be able to see the video. Sorry. The representatives for Frozen Liquid type are Vanillish, Vanillite, Vanillux. The stupid...
Okay. This reminds me of that type. This does definitely remind me of, yeah. The solid state of water. Yeah, this totally... This does, yeah.
Frozen Cream Pokemon. Oh, you almost got me there. Those three represent that type extremely well in the sense that they're kind of hated. Of all Pokemon, I feel like those three are some of the most universally hated and viewed as stupid Pokemon there are. It's a little stupid, but it's camp. And I think that those three representing Frozen Liquid type just makes sense. For normal, I couldn't decide. We have a tie. I didn't want to give it to another Gen 1 type, but I have to give it to Munchlax and Snorlax. I think they fit the bill as a...
Let's see. Yeah, we have here Gen 1, iconic. You always have to fight one because it's a roadblock and you have to wake it up and it fights you in Gen 1, so it's iconic, yeah. And then you have, this was Gen 4, wasn't it? Wasn't Munchlax Gen 4? I'm thinking Munchlax was either Gen 3 or Gen 4. Yeah, it's the same one that Heracross was part of, because you had to headbutt the trees, so it was Gen 2. Wait. Am I silly? Was Munchlax Gen 2? Wait. No, wait, Honey Trees was Gen 3, so I think it was, let me ask. Munchlax. 4. It was Gen 4. Okay. That's what I kind of thought. So you have your Gen 4 Pokemon here. I initially said Gen 4, I think. I remember because of the Honey Trees. And then this is, yeah.
Normal type really well. I think that they have longevity. They're cool Pokemon. They're interesting. But there is another family in the most recent generation that I think that family, and emphasis on family, that is a great representative of the normal type. It is Tandemaus and Maushold.
Oh, yeah.
Those just feel like the perfect normal type. The perfectly designed...
That's true. They are like a family of mice. Very, very true. I agree.
Normal type. They're so simple. The design is so minimal. It's so clean. A design so absurdly basic and minimalist feels like a great representative of the normal type. It's so funny. Their defining characteristic isn't their design, but that there's multiple ones. That's so funny. This is my video. I can make it a tie. Everyone's a winner. And you know what? Make Chansey the winner, too. Everyone's a winner. Chansey should have been fairy type. Dual fairy type, normal fairy. I'm sorry. I'm dying on that hill. Next is the poison type, and while I feel like I should be saying a poison type from Gen 1 because that was the poison generation, ultimately there is no poison type more quintessentially poison than Gulpin and Swalot.
That's true. I have to agree. Anytime I think of poison types, I do think of Gulpin and Swalot. They are iconic. Yep.
You see those Pokemon and they just scream poison type. Yep. I don't know what to say about them other than those are poison type Pokemon.
Yeah, they are.
They don't feel like anything other than poison type Pokemon.
I agree. I
think there's a case that could be made for Ekans and Arbok that Arbok should have gained the Dragon type in Gen 1. I don't think that there's anything else that Gulpin and Swalot could have needed. There's nothing that fits other than just poison. Those are poison Pokemon. Next is the Psychic type. This one's so easy. I don't even need to explain it. Abracadabra, Alakazam. Next. For the Rock type.
Okay. For that one is an iconic line. Everybody knows Abracadabra and Alakazam. They are iconic. They're Gen 1, so they're very nostalgic. Yeah. There's nothing else that needs to be said. Those are definitely, whenever I think Psychic Pokemon, I think of Abracadabra and Alakazam. Perfect.
We have Knackley, Knacklestack, Garganacle, those ones, Salt Pokemon. They're rock types. They're rock types, and their designs are just so silly.
They're very rocky. They're very rocky. They have a very rocky, blocky design. I love them. Anytime I think of a rock type, I think of those, especially because Rock Salt. You know, anytime you think of that Pokemon, you think of Salt Cure, you think of Rock Salt. Yeah, I agree.
Salt. They made salt. Yeah. And you know what my favorite type of salt is? Rock salt.
Rock salt. Yeah, that's what I said. Rock salt.
I'm sorry. I would like to thank the Academy for making that joke. I'm the world's funniest person. Thank you. Thank you. Garganacle, Garganacle, Big Salt Boy. Big Salt Boy is just so lumbering, but there's something so sweet and pure, like he just wants to season my food. Next is the Steel type. I feel like this is going to be a hot take. Meltan and Melmetal. I feel like the other mono...
Let's see. I think those are good. I mean, they are liquid steel. They are steel. They're monotype steel. Yeah, I could see that. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that are just pure steel, but even if there are, they don't represent it any more than Meltan and Melmetal. I think those are great. Those are perfect.
Steel types don't have that quintessential metallic quality. Yes, clink, clank, clink, clang, clink, clang, clink, clang, clink, 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 clang. That's steel type, but it has so many electric moves that might as well be a dual electric type too. I agree. Meltan and Melmetal, those are just steel. And as far as monotype steel goes, I think the Q-Fant line is going to be a good representative of that. You can't even tell that it's steel. It's just an elephant. Yeah. Meltan and Melmetal are just steel blobs, and there's something so strange and so interesting that these steel blobs, these very fluid-looking steel blobs, are the steel type when steel is so solid. And I know it feels like it shouldn't be a good representative because that's kind of not what steel is, but like, they're real shiny. They're shiny, pretty. They look glossy. And next, we have the water type. Okay. I want to say it's a tie between Goldeen and Seeking and Wailmer and Wailord, but I feel like it's just Wailmer and Wailord. I'm so sorry.
They're whales. Whales do live in the ocean. Wailord is one of the biggest Pokemon in the entire universe, I would say. I think it's a good choice. I think it's good. You have your whales. I like it.
Sorry, Seeking. You don't get something again. Consider this a shout-out. It was this close. Ultimately, though, Wailmer and Wailord just feel the most water-type Pokemon. They're huge. There's memes. A whale lord and a skitty. That's hilarious. There's not much to say in terms of Seeking and Goldeen being the representatives because they're kind of forgettable Pokemon.
Yeah,
water isn't a forgettable type, and I feel like the best representative of that is the most unanimously water-type Pokemon. It's Wailmer and Wailord.
Yeah.
They are water-type Pokemon.
Agreed.
What, water normal? That doesn't make sense. They're water types. Those are pure water types. I bet you thought I was done. On to the question mark type, which is the same type as the move Curse. There aren't really many options to choose from for this type. Ultimately, it is a single stage Pokemon, and I'm torn between whether it is Arceus with that unreleased form, the question mark type form, or who I believe to be the better representative, Unknown question mark. I think Unknown question mark is a better representative of the question mark type.
That does make sense because it is a question mark. So one would theorize that a question mark Pokemon would be the best representative. I agree.
Then the only Pokemon with a design specifically for the question mark type. It says question mark more than Arceus. It does. It's a question. You know what? I'm gonna make it a tie between Unknown question mark and me. I want to represent that type. Came back down to Earth. We made it. Next is the Stellar type. There's no other option. It's Terapagos. Next. Yeah. Is there anything next? Yes, there is. In Generation 1, there was the unreleased Bird type.
Bird type,
We would not have known about this unreleased type if not for the glitch Pokemon itself. Missing No, the, I believe, water bird type Pokemon. It is the only Pokemon that has bird type. When you think of bird type Pokemon and remember, oh, not flying bird type, it's Missing No. And it's funny because it's not even a Pokemon, but it's a Pokemon to me in my heart. Yeah. Is Missing No a Pokemon?
Yeah, it is.
Does that count as a Pokemon? In Pokemon's canon, it isn't a Pokemon. But in the games, it's catchable and you can use it. It has a unique typing. I gotta give it to Missing No. Missing No can have it. It's the bird type. It is the bird type Pokemon. And it looks just like what a bird type Pokemon would look like.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun. Look at how much fun it looks like it's having. I hope I don't get canceled at all for this video because I don't think I did anything to warrant being canceled. Please don't cancel me. I didn't do anything, I don't think. Let me know in the comments if I forgot something. I feel like I might have made a mistake here or there. I think I did a good job. I'm patting myself on the back. I did a good job, I hope. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to comment to help the algorithm, say something a little unnerving. Not something like threatening, but just keep me on my toes. If you aren't subscribed and you want to, it's free and you can change your mind if you don't like the content later.
I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed.
Anyway, I'm gonna go take a nap because I'm really tired. You might be dehydrated, go drink some water. And if you have to do some laundry, you should probably go do some laundry. And if you needed a sign that you are being hypnotized by the YouTube algorithm and you need to escape and do something in your actual life, this is your sign. Be good, be safe, make good decisions.
Okay, so let's see. That was amazing. I agreed with all that. I'm subscribed, aren't I? Yeah, right here. I'm subscribed, and I have the bell activated. So yeah, I agree with all those. I thought every single one of those was perfect. I mean, every single type had the appropriate representative. I thought it was good. That was an amazing video. Amazing. So yeah, yeah, I agree with this too. I was going to mention that. I'm so glad you didn't choose any of the starters for type representation. We love to see an underdog thrive. That's true. I agree. Unnerve. Oh yeah, Unnerve. The opposing Pokemon is unable to eat berries. Yeah, because the Unnerve ability. Say something unnerving. Yeah. Of course, Deli 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 Woo is what I said. Yep. Has to be one of the represent bug type. She's carried her flag for years now. She's the girl. Yep, I agree. These are definitely the good comments. Very true. Okay, yeah, this is amazing. Um, yeah, that was an amazing video. I'm glad I checked that out. Um, anyways, oh wait, I have to do some homework here real quick. Share, copy. Um, just have to do some homework real quick. Save me a lot of trouble if I do it now. I mean, you shouldn't procrastinate, and stuff like that if you can help it. I procrastinate all the time though, so I'm not one to talk. But anyways, you see how many videos I have to put in the under the community tab because I forget to schedule them. I mean, I upload them and I'm like, oh, I'll just schedule them later. And then it's like the next day I'm like, oh, did I schedule that video? Nope, it's still there as a draft. So, anyways, I just need to unprocrastinate. Okay, so wait a minute, I need to put video one here. Video one, there we go. Anyways, yeah, so shout outs to Susan for allowing me to react to their content. It's always a pleasure to do so. Very gifted YouTuber, very gifted content creator. And so make sure you show them a lot of love and support. But yeah, if you want to do a favor for me, make sure you show Susan a lot of love and support. They always make amazing content. So yeah, just I'd like to see them hit like 2 mil. Well, yeah, 2 million. Actually 2,000, but 2 million would be awesome. I mean, I want to see him hit 2 million. So let's get those subscribe numbers up. But anyways, yeah, that is gonna do it for me though. Shout outs to Susan for this amazing video. But yeah, always a pleasure to react to Susan. Um, anyways, oh crud, I know they said to stay hydrated, but oh, I might have some. Oh, I might not have any water. I might actually have to go down and get some water. I think I'm completely out of water. Well, that's sounds like me. Another case of me procrastinating. I might have one bottle of water over there that I filled up, but anyways, that is a future me problem. That is going to do for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. You are loved, and have a great day.